Yes, okay. So this is currently a erection of single-story extension to the rear of Point Lodge, Cambridge Road, Orchard, Taunton. So review details.
And just quickly, I tried to find this, I tried to look up all the applications on Google Maps and I couldn't actually find this one, but I don't know if anyone will have any more success than me. It just helps me. I know it's a bit, using Google Maps and the things help me sort of make a decision.
You know, relatively, but 13 years deduction, they're just up Control Lane, they're up Control Lane. Just off Control Lane, if you're coming down, not say come down from Wellington Road and from the County Lane, it's sort of halfway down along with that road. There's an autobus in the corner and you're not down there, it's about 1,000 years. So they're relatively new hedges, but it's a really small cul-de-sac, so how easy it is to see it, how many much.
I think looking at this, so if we go on to existing and proposed site layout, I might say, thinking of like a glazed dining room, the design at the back.
It's good, they're
We go back again, sorry about this. If we go existing floor plan elevation. You keep an eye on the first floor plan, ground floor plan, sorry. And then, yeah, if we go back on proposed on above that, we just click. Yeah. So build out the back section, put 2 skylights in as well. So it's a nice addition, and to be honest, they're matching in with bricks. Yeah, don't see any issues with this at all. But the glazed dining room looks really nice. Yeah, that will let a lot of light in on the back. It's really nice to see people enhancing a slightly newer property as well. So, is there any comments? Councillor Stapleton?
support this application, you see, I think it is just enhances, what is it, a fairly new property of it, enhances it even more. But as we've mentioned there, as Councillor Two mentioned earlier, in another application, it's a single story. So there's no chance of overlooking somebody else's garden. It's, and there's plenty of space behind the property, so.
Is there any more comments on the roof? So I get Phil to support this application. If I can get a proposal. Councillor Stanford, can we get a second then? Councillor Tibbs, we'll go to the phone. And Karen, thank you very much. So the next application is 5.10, which is 38-24-0087, which is an erection of single-story extension to the side and rear 49-51 Hamilton Road. Okay, if we have a look at the existing, this is, if I'm correct in saying, this is down near Blackwood, where you've got, what's the pink carpet? Yeah, to the left of that. Fish and chip shop. Yeah. And then if we go on the next one, which is proposed new. Down. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, for local business to be invested in their business like this to enhance the experience of the fish and chip restaurant, hats off to them. The actual property itself, had a pretty sad existence, what it looks like at the moment. So I think actually what we're going to be doing is really enhancing the property and embracing the business as well. No, it's really nice what they're going to achieve. yeah, like the signage that's going to carry on along the front, the glazing up front. Yeah, I don't see any issues with this much at all. Is there any comments? Councillor Fish?
Just to carry on with that, really, I can't remember the exact number, but I think over the equivalent of over 10 jobs being created because they're setting up a city restaurant next. I did note that this is the third roll of the dice for this. So they've had 2 previous efforts refused. So this looks to be, because it said it was because of the impact next door with double, yeah, but this looks okay to me. I'm very, happy to support it myself. I don't know if we want to have a look at it on Google Maps this one, because I think it's quite good to have a look.
Councillor Stanford?
Any comments? I don't notice, if there's just, because normally if there's a problem with the neighbours, they'll usually put in objection, and I'm just wondering if there's been anything said on it.
I could see that.
So,
I think it's good.
the original one.
In my opinion as well, they had a lot of flat roofs on the original space, and then putting it back into pitch, which in my opinion is more in keeping with properties, so flat roofs, unless you have to, they're not, but.
That's exactly it. If you click on the picture,
And back.
there's just a driveway, so that house to me on the left, it's quite far away.
The ones are confident.
Councillor Foley?
Maybe I should declare an interest if I use them.
I think everyone will agree the same thing.
So you have the fish and chip shop, you have the restaurant next door, and then a pub. It doesn't affect any neighbours whatsoever. The nearest neighbours are either 200 yards behind them or at least 500 yards away. They work so hard. I think they're a credit to the town.
To get anyone filled in the room to support this application, can I get a proposer? Councillor Toombs, can I get a seconder? Councillor Tully, and can we go to the vote? It's carried. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Go back right now. Yeah, so the next one is 5.1, which is 38-24-0083-LB, which is changes to surface specification, installation of protective fencing to pond and erection of lighting bollards at County Hall, the Crescent Taunton, retention of words, ready to.
What's been withdrawn, Chair?
Oh, yes, it's been withdrawn, so, yeah, move on to the next one then.
Yeah.
Guys, right, sorry about that. Right, so the next application is 5.12, which is 38-24-0144, which is an erection of a single-story extension inside of 47 Warefield Green, Taunton. There's a lot of single-story extensions at the moment.
It works.
Yeah. It enhances the property, definitely, especially down. Yeah, it's listed. Yes. Looking at this application in the week, I actually quite like it. It's going to let a lot of light into this property. Bringing the brick in with skylights. Skylights are at set height, so you wouldn't see any neighbours or anything. So it's a good height. Is there any chance we can go on Google Earth just to have a look at this property? Because all I am a little bit concerned is the side elevation with those 3 windows.
47 Wakefield Green, isn't it, I think?
Yeah. Just
That's that.
So that's 27.
Well, sometimes that doesn't, sometimes that doesn't correspond with,
Okay. Then. Right, okay. Google Earth decided to take one picture from the start to the end of the big state, not throughout, so, yeah.
The postcode. You then compliance.
It's 47. Yeah, so if we go back, yeah, if you go down the page, sorry, on that one. Do you want to go on the existing block plan and then go on the proposed block plan, is that right?
something. Oh, was that, they come into it. So,
That's the photos, send the building. He's back. Have you got any comments on this application book? What's this? It is the erection of a single-story extension to the side of a 47 Weirfield Green, Taunton. Any comments, anybody? I don't see any issues with this application at all. So, yeah, getting Phil to support this application. Should we go to, can I get a proposal? Councillor Stainford, can I get a second? Councillor Twos, and go to the vote. Yeah, that's carried. Thank you very much. So, the next application is 5.3, which is 38 24 0155, which is variation of condition number 2. Approved plans of application 38230189 for the addition of a fire escape at Taunton at YMCA Hillsview Way, Taunton. Councillor Trolley?
This must have been advised by the fire service. I can't see how we could not accept it. We really can't. That's an option.
Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, fire escapes there for a reason, and you know, I don't have any issues with. Yeah, so I think it's okay. So I think we'll support this application.
and you'd be objecting to the, they tried to remove the fires. So you really want to.
Relation.
No,
No, it's fixed.
addition.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, yeah, so to support this application, can I get a proposal? Councillor Ferguson, can I get a second then? Councillor Tully, and we'll go to the vote. So the next one is 5.14, which is 38-24-0156, which is conversion of loft into ancillary accommodation with various alterations and mirror floors and revised stable equipment.
Partially, yes, it's where there's Grove Gate. Where there's Grove Gate, so on the edge of State Grove, there's a kind of lane that goes up around the back of it. And that's Mill Rise, and it's one of those houses. I'm quite sure which one though.
I think if we have a look at the existing roof line or elevation photograph. Click on it. If we go back, sorry. Thank you. If we have a look at the elevation photograph, so that would be a few up, thank you. Seems like it's in a bit of a cul-de-sac, right in the corner of the.
So this is one, this is a house where it's sort of, yeah, in a bit of a cul-de-sac with two houses right next to each other. I don't think I can, yeah, so they're basically turning a loft into I mean, like a bedroom or something. I don't see there would be any particular issue with this, because I don't think they've got any windows looking around the other house.
I think all the, I think they want to add a few dormers, all the dormers for the rear of the property. They're going to be matching all original materials. And to be honest, it's just going to enhance this property even more. I don't think it's overdevelopment in this house, because it's in a set place and everything's done out back. Yeah, I don't see any issue with this application. That's the staple.
Yeah, I agree, actually, I think it's a larger property. We have a lot of the new builds that have been doing allowed to onto our 3 stories. And I think that's going to be better than that, because there's residents. So I feel that a bit more than the anticipated job.
Is there any more comments in the room? So get Phil to support this application. Can I get a proposal? Councillor Tully, can I get a seconder? Councillor Turner, can you go to the vote? This is carried. Thank you very much. The next application is 5.15, which is 38-24-0138-LB, which is listed building consent works, various internal and external alterations at 47 Bridge Street, Taunton. I'm correct in saying this is next to Bear Grills to the right hand side. Right. And, if we click the photo, that would be quite helpful. Well, there's 2 photos actually. So yeah, we'll do the first. Wow. Go on. Well, if we go on the heritage design and access statement, so that'd be
This, what I
I think so. Yes, so it's next door to the Bear Grills,
Yeah, it's
or from Bear Grills. Yeah, that's the statement.
Yeah, so the data practice that the Beatrice was a fire, and it must be nearly 2 years ago now. I think it's some data practice has been also made, and they are actually looking at it, which isn't great for clients. But yeah, it is the refurbishment of data practice inspiring the group team as a data practice, which is much needed in it.
Councillor Twos?
Agreed, need to get it back up and running as soon as possible, but it's certainly going to be, sympathetic and taking good care of what they do it, so again, there's any change to the external, so happy to support.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, when taking on property of heritage, I think, bring it back up to, the standard, and maintaining their business at the same time, I think I have no issues with this application. So, yeah, to get Phil to support this application, could I get a proposal? Councillor Stapleton, can I get a seconder? Councillor Twos, can I go to proposal, please? It's carried. Thank you very much. So the next one is 5.16, which is 38-24-0158, which is an erection of a 2-story extension to the rear and boundary wall at 76 Wood Street, Taunton. If we have a look at the existing plans and elevations that are good. Please. If we go back, go right down the bottom where it says proposed. Yeah, so looking at that, they're going to be adding the extra section in where the kitchen is, dining room out, which will run alongside the boundary wall. Doesn't actually look from the boundary wall, you don't really see much height. Councillor Stewart?
Yeah, I think the sort of application of the building itself is fine. I had a question around the wall. It mentions that they need to put in a wall, and I'm not sure there's an original wall. If you haven't, sorry to be a pain, but we could get it up on Google again. There's an existing which looks like quite an old wall, and they mention that they need to put up another wall, but I'm not sure where that is as such. And also it was a bit about shared ownership, but I wasn't sure what that was. It didn't really make much sense when I clicked on it, I think, if I recall.
I think the shared ownership part was somebody actually doing the application for them, but I think that's, yeah, and looking at the wall, it's probably a single block wall, so to actually, in today's rates, to actually have any installation side of things, that would be a single block, there'd be no cavity, there'd be no internal block, so I can understand if they're gonna have to build another wall, inside, and they may even have to put a damp course there as well. But one thing I do quite like, the indent on the actual walls, is that an indent?
So you can use this door.
Is it?
And there is a doorway there as well.
Also the doorways, so I think the doorway will be getting blocked up and get turned into a small window, am I correct in saying?
Yeah.
Another door, and I think the doorway is going further down, so if we go back to the actual application of those. Yeah, so that door is now turning into a small slip window, which will be in the kitchen.
Okay.
And then there'll be an access gate, which they'll be pushing down to the end of the extension, there'll be a skylight, is that right? Skylight on top of the flat roof, so really, from this side of the wall, you're not gonna actually see the extension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that line part,
yeah, it's part of the garden,
is part of
it's part of the garden, yeah, so if you have a look in the bottom left picture,
That is the big thing.
they've got the garden. So lead out,
It's a good garden door to, yeah.
So it's down, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all.
yeah, I don't see any issues, Sharon, any more comments? Anybody? Yeah, I'd say if the only thing as long as materials match, I don't really see any issues with this at all, so, yeah, so to support this application, do I have a proposal? Councillor Twos to second, Councillor Tully, and goes to the vote. It's carried, thank you very much. So the next application is 5.1, which is 38-24-0056, which is a returning application. Demolition of single-storey elements and outbuildings in erection of a two-storey and single-storey extension on Western Kirk Manor Road, Staple Road. Councillor Cronin?
Thank you. So this house has been abandoned for a long time. It's dilapidated, and there's I've seen there's warning signs for asbestos and things like that. So in its current state, it's unable to be lived in. In terms of building two-storey, I think it's a two-storey building already, so I don't think there'd be too much change. I did look online, there were some objections because the entrance to that property is just opposite the entrance to the car park for the church. So there were some issues around, would that be a build-up of traffic and passageway? Because just next to the entrance as well is the, what's it called? It's sort of like a traffic calming apparatus where it's, there's priority traffic for one way and not the other. So I think that's probably the only issue I would, put in as a comment for this application, is that they need to look into the, if they can improve the entranceway to make it more visible, and also take into consideration the traffic calming apparatus that's already there on the road next to the house.
We commented on that and supported it. Okay.
There was not quite a change. And then we go back to.
Having a look at the revised plans as well, obviously looking, I think, on what they'd actually noted, what the person who's put the application in, they've actually gone back and ticked a lot of the boxes that were actually unresolved. And I think they've kind of copied and then they've agreed to do all of those things. So I think, if we copy those comments across, would you like to pass that on to?
Yes.
So would you like to, Councillor Brennan? To tell Marcus what comments they were?
It's Marcus, right?
Yeah.
The entrance is quite narrow and goes onto that main Manor Road. We could put in comments saying that there might be issues concerning traffic and merging onto what can be quite a busy road going through Stead Grove. And then that entrance is also quite near traffic calming apparatus in terms of priority Staggered Road. And also that it's opposite the entrance to the St John's Church car park that's in Stable Grove. So that can be an issue as well that the lead plan should consider when looking at this application.
So going back to the application, I think we leave comments with this application or support and comment.
I would just go to comments for that.
Okay. So going by that, on those comments that Councillor Furman's raised, can I get a proposer? Councillor Furman, can I get a seconder? Councillor Staple, and goes to the vote. That's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll go back. Sorry, we'll just go back to the 5.17, which is 38240148. This one wasn't this. So I think one slide down was just slip past it.
That's a good time.
No, which is the direction of the first extension to the rear 9 Bilby Grove, Taunton. If we just got proposed plans, please. Double check. And we'll go to the existing as well. Great, thanks. What's the difference? So, I think that what they're doing going out slightly. We'll go back to the building as well. Yeah, look, they're just going to the building with dormer. So all they're doing on the first floor is building a dormer to enhance bedroom by quite a bit. Yeah, it will make it a lot bigger. They'll be able to fit a double bedding comfortably, with possibly some storage on where that door and window kicks out. Have we got any pictures of the, anything from the front? So, proposed elevations? Yeah, so back, see.
Okay,
I think on number two, that is. No. Yeah, I don't see the issue with this application. It seems to keep it, it's going to enhance living in this person who owns the house. So, yeah, I actually like to support this application. Is there any comments in the room? No? Okay, on that, can I get a proposal? That's the Tully. Can I get a second? That's the two. We'll go to the vote. That's carried. Thank you very much.
This one. Should be interesting.
Okay, so the next one's 5.19, which is 38 24 0104, which is replacing of pedestrian bridge with all users bridge over the Rivertown, Coal Orchard, Taunton. That's a two.
I treat this one any different, but because I believe Councillor Staples out of the room, she can comment or vote on this one. Should we? We're okay now.
So Councillor Staples currently looking at the replacing of a pedestrian bridge with an all users bridge over the Rivertown, Coal Orchard, Taunton. So if we have a look at, there was a voting user proposal. At the top of the page now. You go. Voting views. There you go, you're on it. There you go. Perfect. So obviously,
does that one finish the new?
yeah, that's the new one, what is it?
Okay,
So obviously it's around, that's all users to be able to use the bridge, and then, well, so you need quite a big build up to, sort of, yeah, exactly, because, not everybody has, power and mobility, they've got to do it by hand, so go and afford it. Yeah, exactly. Is there any comments in the room? Cassidy?
Just I mentioned, Chair, before the meeting started, I just want to raise it now, that a resident has noted that there's no signage, that whenever there's a planning application, this needs to be signs affixed to the local area to say this is happening. I'm not aware of the rules, legislation, whatever, but I would say, if we haven't followed the right things, this will come back and be a problem. So I'm not saying we can't discuss it now, but I think it would be a reason to throw it out if it proves to be correct, if that makes sense. And I do have other things to say, but let Julie speak.
Councillor Staples?
Just purely a comment on, they only have to notify a certain number of public domains, so they can put it online. I don't think there'll be a case of it not being in a legal way, but it would be much better if they did post on the sites as well every time. But I think with us, they don't basically have to.
Councillor?
Yeah, I think the resident in question was not aware it was coming tonight because he lives closely and he's waiting for that sign to come up. So he hasn't, but if we're fine, that's okay. I mean, if we remember, I don't know if it came here, but there was a proposal for a new bridge, and this is much better than, the quite large bridge that was proposed before. There are some trees being lost, which is, always a shame. We had to lose 4 trees for this to go in. And like you say, the ramp is quite, the bandstand looks like it's surviving, which is good. it's just a shame that the ramps have to be so impactful, you know, to allow people to climb up, and they have to be quite long, so it makes quite a change to the scene locally. But generally supportive. I don't think we've actually looked into how many cyclists need to, you know, going to use it, but this is about linking up the station to the station being moved around, so the proposal is a boulevard that will lead people up into the street, and that needs to be cyclists so they don't have to sort of dismount as such.
Councillor Fleming?
Thank you, yes. Currently the current bridge is, quite thin. How much bigger will this new bridge be? Compared to the current, like in terms of the width of the, axis?
Yeah, in the description of the application, replacing a pedestrian bridge with a normal users bridge kind of tells me that the bridge is kind of being fully replaced, and then
It's been wide.
or widened. So
Do we have a specific number?
Councillor Tyler?
It shows the run up on one side. What is going to happen on the other side, the Morrison side of it? Because that's a weird, it doesn't quite make sense to me.
Councillor Tibbs?
So that one we were looking at was the Morrison side. The other side is so Morrison's, that is the Morrison side, Councillor Tully, with the bandstand. And that site, that is now like a kind of all user sort of cycle primarily up the left side, and then the steps are being reversed, so they're on the other side. And then on the south side of the river near the brew house, it goes towards the main bridge in town, the ramp on the other side. It doesn't impact towards the cricket ground, if you like. But I don't know why they didn't supply photos of the other side.
Councillor Tully?
Sorry, and the other thing that bothers me, they're showing that as a multi-use pathway, where they normally have it a division between pedestrians and cyclists, etc. And I don't think that's such a good idea. You've got young children trying to go along there with cyclists and motor scooters there.
Councillor Staple?
The facility, and actually, there's a couple of bridges where they're shared, and it's not safe. Because if there's no sign to see this mountain, and that will be a cyclist bridge, then who gets priority? Because if there's no split, if there's no, you will have people, because some people are in a marine and one bike and they'll go past somebody on the bike bump into them, and that's on the right lane, because it's a multi-use pathway. But you could end up with some pretty serious issues coming down that ramp, and making some kids might be quite fast. So it's how will we protect pedestrians? Issues.
Councillor Fleming?
Also looking at that, the come off on the curve is, perpendicular. So if you're on a bike, you're having to do a full 90-degree turn, which, is going to make you unstable if you're not dismounting. So it doesn't look entirely safe if you're having both cyclists and people using it at the same time, unless there is the need to dismount.
Councillor Tibbs?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the final comment, but I understand there's a pot money from centrally to do this, but again, like the original proposal, it seems like we've got the money, so we're trying to do something about it, so we're trying to spend it, which is good. I'm very pro cycling, and I don't have a massive issue with this. It's much better than the previous one, but I'm not sure. It just seems that we're spending money because we've got it, and it's not an ideal solution to a problem that may not exist. I mean, cyclists can cycle up to the pedestrian bridge now, get dismount and walk over the bridge and then get back on. There seems to be a need for cyclists to be able to just carry on cycling without stopping. which it's generally positive, but I have reservations still.
Councillor Stable.
Just one more comment from myself, I am a cyclist and I do cycle around there, and yes, the bridge is actually safer when cyclists have to dismount. When the bridge makes you dismount because the access isn't good, it's much safer for pedestrians, it's much safer for cyclists. But if you make that multi-use, multi-access bridge, where you get cyclists cycling full on, and some of these will be electric bikes, remember, it won't just be, pedal power. If you've got, say, a couple of young mums with pushchairs or buggies with kiddies in them, they take up that width. And I think it actually makes it more dangerous. I agree with Councillor Hughes. I think, yes, we do want good access when staged into town, and we do want to have good bridges. But is this just a case of trying to spend money to make something a bit more appealing to cyclists, which I don't actually think it necessarily does, but the existing bridge does function.
Councillor Bowman.
I think from what we're all saying, I think it would be worth making a proposal to object with those comments about, it not being safe for both people and cyclists with that design as it is. But, we're not against the principle of having a cycle access bridge.
Councillor Hughes. Or Councillor Simon.
The other thing also remember, a lot of mothers have very small children that are not totally in their control. The answer's wrong, right? I know, I've seen them sat down and watching myself. Someone's going to get hurt. We should be thinking about that.
So, can go from the room, we can either object, or we can try and get Somerset Council to actually come to a meeting and kind of chat about this bridge in more detail, because at the end of the day, it's in Taunton, it's, it's, yeah, 100%, it'd be interesting to get more information on, does Councillor Tully?
Yeah, when's this going before the Somerset Council? Because that's the thing that matters. If it's going to go before them in the next couple of weeks, then they're going to come and see us. In which case I would say we should object to it.
So, going from that then, should we object the application? And I think, should we add any comments to that as well?
Yes,
Um,
you need to.
Yeah, so add the comments of what we said. Also, I'd say loss of trees is, in my opinion, a great thing. Whether they can lose them or put them, yeah, exactly, more shrubs or something like that, it needs to be done. Yeah, with the comments they've listed that. Okay, Marcus? Okay, so can I get a proposal on this, please? Councillor Tibbs, can I get a second then? Councillor Furman, can we go to the vote? That's carried. Thank you very much. The next application is 5.20, which is 38-24-0152-A, which is display of one non-illuminated fascia sign and one non-illuminated window graphic sign at WH Smith, 47 to 54 Street, Taunton. This is, it's there anyway. I think their signage really just needs a bit of improvement. I think a lot of the shops around town are doing or have already done it with a Pizza Express.
Yeah.
People's comments about that, since doing it brings your customers in, do you know what I mean? People forget that it's there. Looking at it doesn't seem any issues to me. I don't know. Any issues to anybody else? No. So, always support this application. Can I get a proposal, please? Councillor Tully, can I get a second there? Councillor Stainwood, can we go to the vote? It's carried. Thank you very much. Last planning application is 5.21, which is 38-24-0162, which is change of use from Class E Gym Fitness Centre for storage of small plant and materials in conjunction with building contractor business at Acorn Business Centre, Livingstone Way.
So, Jerry, that's where it's, I don't know where it is.
That's the point.
Yes, it's along Bindon Road, you know, where that shop,
Coffee shop, yeah.
no, just beyond that, it's, I'm trying to remember, Morrison's. That little Morrison's mini with the fish and chips and the hair salon. So that's where Livingston Way is, and that's where all those little business units are,
Yes.
and that's where this is. I think it's sort of the one right near the end of the road, so.
That's one where the,
Yeah.
I think we used to, I think, Pop or Joe and stuff like that used to be in that little area as well. To be honest, a new business, taking on a gym fitness centre before, turning it into a small plant materials, just change of views, really. I don't, can we go down? That'd be great. I think possibly a site plan would be great. That's sustainable.
Sort of like one quick question. Is the building empty just now? Was the gym closed down, do you know, or is it please just switch it in and see and I mean, it's been lying empty and it was obviously it was originally a gym, that's what it's.
That's including myself, but
Yeah, I just wondered if, because you know, if it's one of these properties that is lying empty.
Sounds to me in the, the application change of use, from a gym centre to a storage of small plant and materials in conjunction with building contracts, kind of tells me the gym's closed. So really, I think for us, with small businesses and, help, I don't really see any issues, with this application at all. Does anybody have any more comments? No? So, get Phil to support this application. Can I get a proposal, please? Councillor Berkeley, can I get a seconder? Councillor Stainport, can you go to the vote, please? It's carried. Thank you very much. Right, so number 6, comment on licensing matters received from local licensing authority. Members consider applications for license submitted for consultation. So this is 6.1, which is MA-57275. Application for street trading for the Christmas lights in Taunton Town Centre, located on 4th Street on the east side of the Market House. Councillor Tully?
Personally, think you should ban it Christmas. Seriously, it's the best thing that could happen. I'd like to see it in longer. We managed to, it's only for a very short period over the Christmas period.
Longer.
And we've been forced to say no to that. Absolutely forced.
I thought you were going to show an interest. It seems to me it's similar layout to what's been there. They're just renewing their license to, Councillor Staple.
Looks identical to previous years, and I totally support it. I'm also with Councillor Tully, thinking it'd be good if it was there longer. Sorry.
Microphone, perfect.
Oh, sorry. I do think it would be better that I'm totally with Councillor Tully, it would be better if it was there longer.
Yeah.
I think it's an excellent addition to the town, especially around the festive season. Centre of the town there, especially the market house, decorations and shrub, but it really enhances the town. And honestly, I'd like to see more of them at that time of year, if they could add them.
Maybe they should do like a autumn, summer and spring edition, like seasonal, your Easter egg, food for thought very much. So,
That's with comments.
yeah, that'd be great, yeah. So, so getting Bill to support this application. I personally would like to add a comment to say it'd be good, more, even, more often or,
Longer period. Might really-
Exactly.
I don't know, what could be 150 or more.
So could I get a proposal for that? Councillor Tully, can I get a second then? Councillor Stevenson, including the vote. It's carried, thank you very much. So that's it. So that's the end of the meeting, thank you very much.